English 112, Siobhan Brewer, your instructor for your online course. And I wanted to kind of introduce myself to begin with your first lecture video and take you through your first week in the course. I will do weekly videos for you guys and post them up the week prior, and I highly suggest that you start every week watching these videos, jotting things down as you watch them or listen to them. You don't have to watch me speak, but if you're listening to me and taking notes, then that is taking the place of a lecture, okay, which you would do normally in a seating class. So this kind of just makes sure that I clarify my expectations on assignments, explain common misconceptions that occur with reading, with assignments, things like that. And it's nice to kind of hear the instructor explain everything. So you'll see these every week, and I highly suggest you guys start by watching them and taking some notes. So again, my name is Siobhan Brewer, and I am located in Waller 232, so you can always come see me if you're ever on campus and have questions or just want to pop in and say hello. In Moodle, my office hours are listed, and that office hour just means that I will physically be here during that time for sure. I'm here a lot more than that, but you're guaranteed to catch me during those times. That's time that I have set aside to meet with students when needed, so stop by. I suggest you go ahead and open up Moodle. So if you want to pause me while you open up Moodle to follow along, that will be great, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with just the basic information. My office hours are here. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm in here from 10 to 11 a.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm here from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. You have my phone number. Feel free to call me. Leave me a message. I'll get back to you. And you can always email me if you have any questions, and that's the quickest way to hear from me. Generally during the day, my email stays up, so if I'm in here and I hear a little ding, I'll read it and respond fairly quickly. In the evenings and over the weekend, 24 to 48 hours is how long it takes. Usually it's sooner than that, so you'll hear from me fairly quickly. Let's go ahead and look at the syllabus for the course. Okay, so your syllabus is a basic kind of overview of the course, what's expected in English 111. It's very general until you get down to the way that the grading is broken up and you get down to course policies. And then we get specific for the purposes of our course. So I'm going to scroll down. You'll see my contact information. You'll see the chair of the English department's contact information, and you'll see the Dean of Arts and Sciences contact information, so you can use that if you ever need to get in touch with anybody. You'll see your course outline, so you guys are going to take part in a literary analysis essay, an argument essay, and an essay test on A Raisin in the Sun. Those are like the big three. Also, you guys will have a coursework section that covers essentially everything else, okay? So those types of things. We will have quizzes, we will write some annotated bibliography, we will write papers, lots of writing, and you'll note that writing is in the title of our course. So we're going to do a lot of writing. So for our grading breakdown, your analysis essay, which will be on our literary reading of A Raisin in the Sun, and you will analyze that. That is 25% of your grade, and that will be comprised of not just the essay. That's a project grade that will be comprised of the essay as the highest grade in there, and then you'll have a rough draft and peer edit you guys will take part in via a discussion forum. You'll do a MLA formatted thesis and outline, and all 4 of those grades will make up that 25% of your grade. So we want to make sure we do a good job there. Then you will have at the end of the semester an argument research essay. And again, that's 30% of your grade. And again, that will be made up of 4 parts: an annotated bibliography, a rough draft, a peer edit, and a final draft. Okay, so those 4 things will come together to make that grade. All of your other assignments in the course make up the other 45% of the coursework. So anything else you do in this class that's not in the analysis essay or the argument essay goes into coursework. Even your tests, your final exam, all of it. So that all goes in that section. I'm going to scroll down to course policies. You have your assignment submissions. So for this course, anytime you submit a document, it has to be Microsoft Word. And we offer you a free download of Microsoft Office. So you need to have it. If you submit your assignments in something other than Microsoft Word, they will not be graded. They will be a 0. So make sure that you do use Microsoft Word. You're in an online course, so it's expected that you have access to a computer and to the internet. When you guys communicate, make sure you shoot an email from your Lancer email account, and we'll talk about format in just a moment. If you guys have any technical issues, then we have a phone number for you for Moodle issues. We have a phone number for you for your Lancer login and mail issues. So make sure that you contact tech. If you email me and say I can't get into Moodle, I can't help you. So utilize those phone numbers that are in your syllabus. You may want to print out the syllabus so you always have access to them. So now we get into specifics for our course. When you contact me via email, do make sure that you use your LCC email and do make sure that you use the format that I provide in this syllabus. So you need to include a salutation. You need to identify yourself. I have like 4 sections of English 111, so let me know that you're in English 111 and which section you are in so that I can locate whatever question you have about grades or so on and so forth. Then specifically, what is your question and how can I help you on that particular issue? So if you email me and you just say, I have a question about the assignment, I don't know who you are, I don't know what class you're in, I don't know what assignment you're talking about or what the questions are. So be specific in your emails to get the best feedback and in the quickest manner possible. Also, please note that when I communicate with students, I'm communicating with the student. So even if you have a FERPA form on file, if parents contact me, I will communicate via you, the student. So your parent can't call me and ask me questions about you without you being involved in that conversation, okay, because this is your education. So just kind of be aware of that. When you submit assignments via Moodle, you please don't wait till the last minute to upload the file because then it ends up being late. Also, the file must be Microsoft Word. Note that I've said that twice. Don't submit Pages, Google Docs, anything else. Microsoft Word is what you need to use for this class. Late work procedures. So guys, you have 5 days to turn things in. So if things are due on Sunday night, which almost everything is due Sunday night in this course, the only thing that changes is if it's like a rough draft situation, that might be middle of the week, but most things are always due on Sunday night. And you have until Friday to turn it in late. That is for major assignments. That does not include journal assignments, and I'll talk about that in a second. When you turn in a late assignment, it loses 10% per day that it's late, and that's 10% off of the grade that you earn. So if you turn in a paper and you get a 75, which is average, so it's a pretty good grade on a paper, and you turned it in 2 days late, that 75 turns into a 55. So make sure that you are turning things in on time. Your final paper for the course, the argument essay, that can only be turned in a 24-hour grace period. So it's due on Sunday night. If you don't turn it in by Monday night, then I will not accept it. So be advised of that. And that's 30% of your grade, so you have to get it in on time. That's also a 15-point deduction if that's late. Journal entries are not accepted late. So I need to make that clarification. Your journal entries are your attendance assignments, okay? And I'll have attendance assignment written next to anything that is an attendance assignment in case it changes for some reason. But your attendance assignments cannot be turned in late. They count for your attendance for that week, which means if you turn it in 2 days late, you weren't present for that week of work, all right? So they cannot be turned in late. So make sure you're turning those in on time. If you miss 2 attendance assignments in a row, then that is 2 consecutive weeks of absence and you are dropped from the course. So make sure you're getting those done. And if you miss a total of, I think, 5 to 7 of them, then you also are dropped from the course for lack of attendance. So make sure you're turning in your work. Super important. The plagiarism policy is outlined in our syllabus. Make sure you read that. One thing that you need to know from that is the first time that you plagiarize an assignment, you fail the assignment. The second time you plagiarize an assignment in the class, you fail the class. So it's very serious, whether it's on purpose or on accident, we don't plagiarize. So documentation is important in this course, and I'm going to teach you all about that this semester. If you need to withdraw from the course, make sure you shoot me an email because I'm the one that can do that for you. Your attendance assignments are outlined here, okay? So make sure that you are participating every week and make sure that you are turning in your attendance assignments. And if you have any other questions about the syllabus, you can shoot me an email. Okay, I'm going back to our Moodle page. Underneath your syllabus, you'll see your free download for Microsoft Office. Announcements, I will use that often. An announcement will show up in Moodle and you will also receive an email to your Lancer email account. So make sure that you are checking your email regularly for this course. There is a link to the library LRC. You will be utilizing that for all of your research in the class. So the only place that you will do research or conduct research for your writing is through the LRC. We don't use Google or anything like that. And I will do a lecture on how to do that. A Raisin in the Sun is the course reading. So you need to have A Raisin in the Sun read by, let me figure out your date here. You need to have A Raisin in the Sun read by September 15th in this class. So it's located in your course materials. You can feel free to read it anytime. I'll talk about active reading next week and how to do that, okay? There's technical support. If you need any technical assistance in the class, please utilize that number. And then the tutoring is a really great resource. We'll talk about that later, but that's available for you in course resources. Okay, so we're gonna get to our first week and I'm gonna go over what you're doing this week. Your agenda is listed. Make sure you go through the syllabus, which we just did. Make sure you print it. You're watching the lecture video, so good for you. The first thing you gotta do is you gotta complete that introductory assignment. So make sure you complete Journal 1, which is your introductory assignment. It is counted as your attendance, but it's also your enrollment assignment, meaning you must complete this assignment to stay in the class. If you do not complete the assignment by the 10% point in the course, you will be dropped from the course. So do it first, so you're in. And then after you complete your introductory assignment, you have a class introduction discussion board to take part in. So you'll write a brief introduction and reply to 2 classmates, all right? And that's for grade 2. And then the last thing that you guys are gonna do is you're gonna read the excerpt to be Young, Gifted, and Black. We're gonna use that next week for our first in-class writing assignment, okay? So the things that are due in this week, this first week of class, is your introductory assignment, which is a journal. It counts as your attendance. Your class introductions, which is a discussion forum. For your introduction, you need to write an initial where you introduce yourself, a post where you introduce yourself, and I've modeled what that looks like. And you need to respond to 2 of your classmates. That's a 30-point grade. Those are the 2 things that you're turning in this week. That's it, okay? And make sure that you read the excerpt to be Young, Gifted, and Black. And next week, we will be utilizing that for our first writing assignment. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I'm looking forward to the course and I will be checking in with you guys next week. Have a great first week.